He has a history of battling alcoholism. But this guy has more inner strength than Thanos. They took me away from what I had going on with you. I lost 60 pounds. And now I'm looking at these chat boxes. And so I got frustrated and I stopped taking the medicine. Welcome to your daily health briefing. I'm Dr. Albert Tackett. This show is here to help you navigate the complex U.S. medical system, one step at a time. Whether you are decoding a new diagnosis, fighting for a referral, or just trying to stay informed, you are in the right place. Let's get into the science. Your insurance company is not trying to help you lose weight. They are trying to make you quit. Now, why do I say that? It's because it happened to my patient. Let me tell you the story. One of my very dear patients, let's call him Patrick, comes to see me last week and looks dejected. Now, this is a guy who has been upbeat for a few months now. And let me tell you why. Because Patrick has been sober for 159 consecutive days. He has a history of battling alcoholism. But this guy has more inner strength than Thanos. If you do not know who Thanos is, check out the Avengers series. But he has a ton of inner strength. He lost 60 pounds in the process, changed his life around, battled depression and dealt with it, got the treatment he needed, also defeated alcoholism and used semaglutide to lose weight and his own, of course, personal discipline. And his insurance helped him along the way, covered the medication, and we worked hand in hand. But today, Patrick tells me the insurance company sent him to Noom. And I had forgotten about that. So he reminded me, Doc, when I was here 3 months ago, we did the stuff about Noom. They told me to go there and that I would only get my prescription if I attended the sessions with their dietitian and their doctors. And that's the only way I'll get the prescription. So I remembered that, when I saw him the last time, he told me indeed that I couldn't prescribe the medicines anymore. The only way he could get it is if he joined Noom, which I did not know anything about, and got the prescriptions through them. And then he proceeded to show me the conversations he's been having with the so-called doctors at Noom. You will not believe this. Turns out there were chat boxes. I am not kidding you. We looked at the text messages and scrolled through them. The conversations with the supposed dietitian was a chat box. The conversations with what should have been a psychiatric nurse practitioner was also a chat box. Now, I do not know if the insurance companies are malicious or doing this with a harmful intent. I assume that they are doing this because they want patients to have a behavioral and nutritional support system to help them lose weight. But what I know is that Patrick was on the point of giving up. And Patrick told me, Doc, I don't want to deal with these people anymore. Look at these messages. They took me away from what I had going on with you. I lost 60 pounds. And now I'm looking at these chat boxes. And so I got frustrated and I stopped taking the medicine. So I asked him, how long has it been since you last took Wegovy? 3 weeks, Doc. And I'm not going back there. And this is where the science matters. Because insurance companies are playing games with you, playing games with doctors, and playing games with patients. Patients are getting hurt because they are not receiving the care they need because insurance companies look at their bottom lines, and in the process, we are hurting patients. So let's look at the science, okay? Now, there is a lot of emphasis on doing lifestyle changes, exercise, diet, nutrition, talk to a dietitian, talk to an exercise physiologist, get your exercise going. I am all for that. I work out myself. I exercise, I eat right, or at least I try on most occasions. And if my friends are watching this, they might look at me and say, well, dude, I saw you eat that piece of cake yesterday. Yes, that was just one day. But let's come back to the science. Exercise is important. Diet is important. But clinical studies show that only 3 to 5% of body weight is lost with lifestyle changes alone. Compare that to medications like GLP-1 agonists that suppress appetite, where we have data showing 10 to 20% of body weight lost. Now, why is this important? Because when a patient is moved away from his physician-patient relationship, like Patrick, who lost 60 pounds with this relationship, and moved to online platforms filled with chat boxes, he is basically reduced to having lifestyle changes. And Patrick gained 6 pounds since the last visit. And it was because he gave up. He got tired. He got annoyed. Who can blame him? The science shows that these medications are effective, and like all medications, we have to reduce the barriers to patients having access to the medications so it can help them. We know as physicians, as a healthcare system, that every barrier posed in the way of the patient getting a medicine reduces compliance rates. Every time a patient has to call a pharmacy to get a refill, it reduces the chances the patient will take that medicine. So why do insurance companies put roadblocks in the way of patients getting medications? It all comes down to money. You know it, I know it. Now, when it comes to insurance companies, I know they are vilified everywhere. And I'm not one of those people saying that insurance companies are uniformly evil and they're out to get patients and the like. No. In many cases, or a matter of fact, in most cases, insurance companies are part of the system. They are helpful. They help pay for healthcare costs. Health insurance companies are like auto insurance companies. They come with good and they come with bad. But in this specific case, their intentions might be good, but the result is bad and misguided because patients are actually suffering, like Patrick, who was on the point of giving back. But again, this also brings us into an important part of the conversation. This is where primary care physicians like myself and other colleagues have to step in and advocate for the patient. So the first thing we did with Patrick was, Patrick, don't let the system win. He gave up, didn't ask for a refill for 3 weeks, which means the last time he took the medicine was a month and a half before he came to see me. He was going to let the insurance companies win because with all that frustration piling up, thousands of patients are giving up. You know what you're doing in the meantime? Saving your health insurance companies millions of dollars in denied health care to patients. Because that's exactly what some of them want. I'm not going to say all, but some of them, that's the outcome they want. They want patients to give up because the medicines are expensive, right? If you look at the bill for Wegovy, Zepbound, Ozempic, Mounjaro, sometimes it costs your insurance company $1,600, $1,200, $800. So they are looking at their bottom line and saying, hey, can we pay for something else and not this expensive medicine? But let me tell you something. your health insurance costs are expensive. When you take your paycheck, $300, $400, $700 has been deducted for your health insurance company. Now multiply that by millions of people in America paying for private or state-funded or government-funded health insurance every year. That's a ton of money. As a healthcare system, we can afford to pay for expensive medications for patients who pay expensive healthcare premiums. So do not tell me that the medicine is too expensive for a patient to get, because patients do pay a lot for healthcare premiums. And so on that note, I told Patrick, you fight back. You show up. Even if we know it's a chat box dressed as a psychiatric nurse practitioner or a dietitian, respond. Make sure they give you your medicine. And you can come to me. And we will talk about behavioral changes, dietary changes, the same way we did before you were transferred to NUM. Because insurance companies do not understand that the patient-doctor relationship is fundamental to behavioral changes that lead to weight loss. Now, if you are watching this in our lobby in the clinic, or on your way to work, or just a guy who just happened to see this on YouTube, and your insurance company transferred you to Noom or any one of these online platforms, I want you to know that there is help, and the help starts with you. You fight back. You call your insurance company and tell them that they transferred you to a chat box, and you tell them that you want your relationship with your doctor to be restored, and you want them to cover the medication. And then you go to your doctor and ask him, how can you help the process? Whatever they tell you, take it to your doctor so you guys can work hand in hand to overcome this other barrier that has been placed in the way of you getting adequate patient care. On this note, I will see you next episode, because the fight doesn't stop here. This has been the Daily Brief. Medicine is not about certainty. It is about responsibility. Decisions are often made with incomplete information, but they are always made with your safety in mind. In a system that can feel rushed and fragmented, you deserve clarity, continuity, and an advocate who sees the whole picture. I am Dr. Albert Tacken, your physician ally, high-level science, human-level care. I will see you at the next briefing, or I will see you in the clinic.